This is your champion.
Another day, another road.
I'm Jumpmaster. Follow me or stay out of my way.
Come get some. Move it or die. Come
I say
get
we
some.
land here.
Move it or die.
Okay. Let's land here. This might be a good place to land.
I heard you.
Cancel that.
Stay out of my way. Okay, now. Enemy over there.
Hostile spotted. Let's explore this way. Never mind. Might be something good this way. Bless me with sight.
Attention. First blood.
First.
Shield up.
Round one. Beginning ring countdown.
We're not all in the ring. Check your position.
Good fights.
Marking our surroundings.
New kill leader
Firing.
appointed.
One down.
Be aware of the battling the enemy.
Reloading. Watch out, brother. We got another squad.
I am taking fire. Reloading. Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Set you up real good.
All Father, give me sight. Reloading.
Shut up and die.
Reloading.
Shields are low. Recharging them.
Down the hostile on Scotty.
There's another squad. Heads up. Firing. Don't shield out. Give me a sec.
Killed
No,
one.
head.
Firing. Reloading. Pick me up.
1 minute to
Good job, man. Good job.
New kill leader appointed.
I look forward to getting my hands on you.
To the victor, go the spoils.
Everybody, welcome to our next dev stream where we're here to talk about our aftermarket collection event, which launches tomorrow at 10 a.m. Our patch notes are live, the blogs are live, links are in the description, so go ahead and pull those up. That has all the details, and we're going to go into some of the context of some of the cool stuff that we're launching this week. Joining me today is my usual cast of characters. Great to see you guys again. Jason, Mark, David, Daniel. We got a lot of stuff to cover, so I think let's just get right into it. Now, before we're going to talk about the event itself and the limited time mode, the cosmetics, we're going to talk about something we've been working on for a while. We know fans have been anxiously waiting for this, and it's finally coming, crossplay beta. Woo! Super excited. So, McCord, why don't you walk us through the crossplay beta, how this is going to work for players when it launches?
Yeah, really excited about this one. So crossplay beta it's the fully featured version of crossplay. We're calling it beta so that we can, we want to test the features at scale. We want to get feedback from people, but everything should be there and working. Xbox, PS4, PC players that can all play together. Steam and Switch will have crossplay when they launch, later. Console players will all matchmake with each other by default. PC players can party with console players, but they'll go into the PC player games. Right? PC players can't join console player games under any circumstances. You can find your friend just by pulling up the UI, typing in your name. It'll search through all the consoles. It'll tell you all the people that have that name and add their an icon, so you can kind of make sure you're picking your right friend and not Mark Yampolsky on Xbox and not on PS4. We have cross-platform voice chat works, which is really cool. There is no cross-progression right now. We think this is a valuable feature for sure, but it won't be available at launch. And we'll have a little more talk about that whenever Apex launches on Steam later this year. And just as a note, crossplay is on by default. As soon as you get the patch, it is on. You can turn it off, but I wouldn't suggest it necessarily. If you turn it off, you're going to be only matchmaking with people on your console that also have it turned off. So that will probably be a very small amount of people, and you probably won't find a game. There's one little gotcha that we've seen that is on Xbox. I believe it's only Xbox. You can actually have crossplay turned off in your Xbox settings. So definitely check for that if you're on Xbox and it's not working the way that you think. That setting can be set by you or your parents or whoever manages it.
Let us know your feedback as you guys are checking it out, and let us know those bugs that we need to go fix for it. But we're real excited to finally offer that up to everybody. As this is a collection event, we got a bunch of other cool stuff that's going to be going on. I think the first thing I want to talk about is our next limited time mode, which is a really wild mode that we're going to be introducing. So, Mark, our MC of limited time modes, why don't you walk us through Flashpoint and how that plays?
Yeah, so we wanted to really experiment with how healing works in Apex with this mode, and I'm a big fan of Battlefield and Halo, and we wanted to see what a healing system from that kind of FPS felt like inside of Apex. The kind where you don't have to use syringes or shield cells, and instead, as long as you're not taking damage for a certain period of time, you're going to auto-heal, and we wanted to see what those engagements felt like. So really the centerpiece of this mode are these zones called flashpoints, which are these massive zones that we dot around Kings Canyon. So these flashpoints are special because inside of these zones, these are places where you can regenerate your health as long as you're not in combat. So if you haven't taken a bullet in a little while, your health and your shields will automatically regenerate over time. You have to learn where these are pretty quickly, because in this mode they're the only way to heal. Healing items do not spawn on the ground or in any other loot in this mode, so if you want to heal, you gotta be inside of a flashpoint. And what that means is that if you want to heal inside a flashpoint, chances are every other squad in the nearby radius is also going to want to be healing inside of that flashpoint. We're hoping that it creates these really awesome multi-squad TDMs where you're able to disengage, heal, flank other squads, and do all of these things in fights that last longer than Apex fights typically do, because you're not down and out when you're healing. You can still use your weapon, you can still engage. We think it's going to create a really interesting combat dynamic.
Very cool. And the circle is excuse me, as I understand, is works as always be closing circle, and that it's going to be constant closing. And then with the end circle, we want that to sort of always kind of end on one of those flash points, right?
Yep. So the circle is always going to close on a flash point, guaranteed. Your final fight is always going to have healing, as long as you're able to not get shot for like 7 seconds.
I'm already excited to watch those end games right now, when the squads are all converging on that and doing those giant fights.
Some really fun strategy that happens there too when because we show you on the map, on the dropship, where the last ring is going to be. So you have that choice right out of the dropship. Do I want to land at the flashpoint that it's going to close on, try and loot up and try and like hold it? Or do I want to land somewhere else and come into that? But then by the time you get there, there might be a bunch of fights happening and you have to try and get in there, without healing. And yeah, it's made for some crazy end games.
It wouldn't be a collection event without the cosmetics, of course. Artists have really outdone themselves this time. I think Wraith probably has to be one of the ones that stands out to me right now. I'm interested from you guys, what some of your favorites that you've seen that players are going to be able to collect in this collection event.
Yeah, look, I'm not a Wraith main, but I might be now.
Yeah.
The Prowler Wraith is so good.
I really like the Revenant one as well.
That's a really good one too. I think Watson definitely. The Octane one I think looks, look at him. And
yeah, Octane's good.
I think I really like the Gibraltar one because we know he likes to ride motorbikes, and so like I feel like that's such a fitting thing for Gibraltar right now. Or I could just imagine him on a big Harley. He actually looks like he is a Harley.
He looks like it is a Harley, yeah.
Like a Harley Transformer or something like that. So I mean, yeah, shout out to the artists once again, just really killing it. Also, with our collection events, that means we're introducing our next heirloom item, which is for our evil scientist, Mr. Caustic.
Dr. Caustic. You worked hard for that, right?
Yes, Dr. Caustic, our gas daddy.
Gas daddy.
Gas daddy.
Really, just incredible work again. Pieces like this that really sell them. It's just such a collaboration. It's effects, it's animation, it's our model shop coming together, and of course design. Just really an incredible job. And so this will work similar to our other collection events, where if you have purchased everything on the track in the collection event, you will be able to receive the item for free after that. And then after the event is over, he will be released into the heirloom loot pool where you can try your best to go earn them. That's sort of the breakdown of the overall event, sort of what to expect and what we're going to have there as far as content, new features are there. We've also got a pretty sizable patch with some really exciting stuff that we're going to go through here. So I think to kind of kick it off, Daniel, why don't you, and Kaylee, why don't you two walk us through some of the stuff we're going to be doing with Legends for 6.1 that players can expect?
All right, well, as soon as Katie lets me, we have 2 big changes that are coming for 6.1 and a bunch of small ones. I'm going to walk through the small ones real quick. I'm going to start with Bloodhound. The Bloodhound here. Bloodhound, they got a very exciting... Yes, you're very excited. You want to be in the picture too. Very good. They got a very exciting change in 6.0 with the ultimate and the tactical scans happening much more quickly. We like that. We like that moment of power. We think 6 seconds may have been maybe slightly too much, so we are going to dial that down a little bit to 8 seconds. And as I point out in the patch notes, which you're probably reading along at this moment, that means with a 4-second scan duration. So if you're scanned, you're revealed for 4 seconds. This now means you're revealed for 4 seconds, you're not revealed for 4 seconds. So it's basically half and half. We didn't think that it was overly frustrating, but we did definitely see Bloodhound's pick rate rocket up all the way to the top. So